it's time for Jane and Freddie to get their breakfast. And as you can see, they're lying down on that mat over there very patiently. That was trained, of course. If you want your dog to do this while you're prepping their meal, which I highly recommend, here's how to do it. The key to this working for you long term is to practice it when you don't need it first, a bunch of times. So reward your dog for going on a mat, a bed, a crate pad, whatever you have that's available. Get them used to going on it and feeling happy about going on it, and then inject everything that happens during the morning routine into that training session. So start with an empty bowl, pretend you're putting stuff in it for them, and then intermittently go over and reinforce your dogs every few seconds at first for staying out of the kitchen and on the mat. Then this will eventually turn into you being able to do more stuff in the kitchen and less going over to check in with them. And eventually you'll be able to make their entire breakfast. They will hang out over there, and then you can release them to go eat once everything's down and ready to go. Even prior to COVID-19, I had been doing virtual training classes online with clients. But obviously now I'm doing solely that every single day. And even though I'm comfortable with it, there is still a load of prep I have to do, admin stuff, emails, follow-ups, and prepping my notes for all of my sessions for the day. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Now, for those of you who follow us, you know I use my dogs a lot in my job. Luckily for me, when I'm training clients virtually, I get to show them a lot of the stuff that we're going through with my own dogs. So Jane and Freddie are very involved in my day-to-day. But for those of you who are now working from home with the current state of affairs going on, here are some tips to keeping your dog busy, occupied, happy, and hopefully not barking during your Zoom calls. One of my favorite things to recommend, and also one of the easiest things that you can do, is provide your dog with some strategically timed mental enrichment. We're using the lick mats from Pupford today, and I'm going to show you how to prep these to get maximum value out of them while you're busy working and your dog is busy working on these. Another really good tip you can try: get yourself some type of puzzle toy. This basically means anything that you can stuff with your dog's favorite treats or a handful of their dry food or kibble. Grab a handful of it, put it inside the puzzle toy, and then go ahead and place it down somewhere in the room, or preferably a room away from where you'll be working, and your dog will take some time to go through this. This is all about strategy. Give your dog this stuff right before you jump on a conference call or a video consult with your clients, or if you're doing some emails and need some peace and quiet for a little bit. It's all about timing. Now, when I can, in between clients, if I have some extra time, I always try to come out in the yard with the dogs and just give them some general yard time out here, or I'll toss some treats or hide some things in the grass and do some find it games, or we do Jade's absolute favorite activity on the planet, flirt pole time. Let me show you. Now it's time for all of my one-on-one virtual sessions.
5 hours later.
Now that all of my client sessions are complete, I got changed, and now it's time to head out on a decompression walk with the dogs. And for those of you curious about what a decompression walk is, it's also called a sniffari or a sniffy walk. It essentially means to go out somewhere in nature, a park or something like that. Bring your dog on a long leash and pretty much let them be a dog. Let them sniff where they want, let them pee where they want, let them explore the environment within reason, of course, but just let them take the time that they need and navigate the environment more naturally than being on a sidewalk with a 6-foot leash. Now that we're back from our decompression walk, I'll use this time to catch up on emails. I'll do some admin things that are needed for the business, and I'll sometimes use this time, depending on my schedule, to record some content. So I'll either do a brief tutorial for our page, or I'll create some content for our Patreon, as well as occasionally record something for the podcast. I may also find some time to work out from home these days. And then it's time for dinner. After dinner, I change and get into my comfies, aka my home uniform, and then I prep the dog's enrichment activities for the night. I love filling several puzzle toys and then giving a few to each dog, and that way they have a few things to kind of work through while I finish up anything I didn't finish before dinner, before we have some relaxation. Now, on nights where we're not super backed up with work, we do like to have some time for leisure, of course. But before we do that activity, I want the dogs to have an activity as well. So I'm going to be giving them these long-lasting chews so that they can relax with that and we can relax with our stuff. Take it. Good girl. You can take it. Good job. Good job. Now it's time to watch a really good show or a really good movie and relax. If you like what you saw today, check us out at From Dusk Till Dog for more dog training tips or fun stuff. I'll see you guys next time.